Hello guys, so welcome back to another learning session of Unity with me. I think where we last left off, we fixed this solution, I believe, and we also learned to reset the game in terms of like the score value. So for instance, let's go play, and I'm gonna purposely lose in the second half. Or wow. Alright, you know, we're gonna reset that because that was bad. Alright, so we have 100. So we have 400 here. So at least it shows the user how many points they have after the game over screen, because the time it switches to a new scene, the user would need to know the final score, right? But I'd assume we'd have to make a new score, or like a new scene that displays the score, or something like that. When we press play again, it gets deleted, and that's because we delete the game status object when we are loading the starting scene. And that's perfectly fine because we have a specific lines of code which helps us generate a new game status, or essentially this line of code that prevents, well, it doesn't generate a new, sorry, my bad. So it doesn't generate a new game status because that happens when we press start game here, because it loads everything in the level 1, which has its own game status object. But in the beginning, we just place it in this category of not being able to, or not destroying it when we're loading a new scene. So it kind of makes it up for when we had to destroy it when we went to the starting scene again. Alright, so let's continue where we last left off. So we took a quiz. This is the reset, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, we already did this. Let's go to the next one. Whoa, particle effects. Oh, interesting. So we're going to actually learn how to instantiate these objects through code. Let's go download that. We are in Instantiate object, impact, VFX, India. So we can just extract here. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go back up. So we can, if I remember, I'm going to try to see if I can remember how to import packages through Unity. So we probably have to do assets, import package, custom package, and then we're going to go to desktop and click on this Unity package, which gives us this material and this new prefab for the, I guess, the particle. So let's import that, and now it will have it. We have materials, which is the particles, and then what is it? The prefab of the impact VFX, which I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's gonna go over it, so it should be fine. Oh, you can just drag and drop it. Wait, let me try that. It's pretty cool. I wonder if we can control how many particles. Like, can we change any of the effects? Because maybe I want less particles, because that's kind of like too much, in my opinion. You can actually pause it too. Wow. We do have playback speed. I wonder if we decrease that. Let's slow it down. That's cool. There it is. Why is it so... Why are the colors so different? So we have 39 particles. 1.7 speed. I wonder if he teaches us how to make our own particles. Just grab over here. Impact. Stop. Yeah, we're just gonna delete it because I assume we want it to load when we destroy a block. So we're probably going to deal with the on collision method again. So that's just a way to remove the outline for the particles. But I don't really mind it, so I'm just gonna leave it on. Oh, we can change it. Oh yeah, I forgot. We just click here, then we can change. Let me see how many particles. So we have the duration, the looping. I guess if it finishes, it could just start looping again. Flip rotation, start color. Oh wow. So you're telling me that it goes through this like variation of colors within that amount of time. Oh right, it's only one. That is insane. That's so cool. Alright, let's see if we can change the max particles. Let's have 10. Nice. That's cool, actually. Velocity over lifetime. Size of... Oh, wait. Click on it, maybe? Oh, right here. Click on it and it changed. Dang. Collision. Even we can make sure that it like the particles can have certain collisions to it. That's... Wow. Light. Texture sheet. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I want to make my own particles. Looks like you can put your own image somehow. But... Oh, open editor? Oh no, close editor. Yeah, I'll just wait to see what he does. Because I don't want to mess it up. So let's change it back to 1000. Wait, what? don't know what happened there. Alright. Oh, I see. So we're probably going to have to create a method in our block that returns the location of the current block, so that during the on collision it will play the particles, I guess. So we're going to go to the block script. Game object. Let's call it block sparkle. Yeah, I think that's a good name, considering it is called in our prefab a VFX, and we've got to match to that type of object. Did I make sure I added a semicolon? Yeah, I did. There's nothing. Cool. Yeah, it's called VFX, so that's why, to kind of match with the naming of this object, we should call it VFX. So let me guess. Are we gonna, in our start method, we do like block sparkles VFX equals new game object, and then, you know, create a reference to the prefab, I guess. Oh. So let's see, so object.instantiate. So we have these parameters. We can include a single object, and then we can have a transform, which is, I guess, the position, or I don't know. I always thought transform was like position. Like, it handles all these things essentially: the position, rotation, and the scale of the object. And we have instantiate in world space. I assume would be if we wanted to appear, I guess. And this one, I have no idea. I think this is for 3D. Quaternion rotation. Yeah, it is, because it uses vector 3. So I guess for now we don't need to worry about using these two, considering they are for 3D. But I'd assume we would use this one over here, because transform, we could pass in essentially the vector 2 position, and then instantiate it in the world, and the object would be like the prefab, I guess. That's what I'm going to assume. So here, oh wait, it says over here, so an original, which is the object, is an existing object that you want to make a copy of. Oh, we're probably going to do that with the block, aren't we? Position is for the new object. Rotation is the orientation of the new object. Parent that will be assigned to the new object. Oh, I guess like if you want it like so like a parent would be like this, where game status is a parent to game canvas. So if we wanted to create it like that, I guess we would do it so, like so. And then instantiate in world space. Pass true when assigning a parent object to maintain the world position of the object, instead of setting its position relative to the new parent. pass true when assigning a parent object to maintain the world position of the object. So I guess our object in reference to the parent object, instead of setting its position relative to the new parent. Pass false to set the object's position relative to its new parent. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Clones the object's original and returns the clone. So it basically clones it, right? This function makes a copy of an object in a similar way to the duplicate command in the editor. If you're cloning a game object, then you can also optionally specify its position and rotation. These default to the original game object's position and rotation otherwise. If you are cloning a component, then the game object that it is attached to will also be cloned, again with an optional position and rotation. When you clone a game object or component, all child objects and components will also be cloned with their properties set like those of the original object. So kind of like a prefab, except they're not connected. By default, the parent of the new object will be null, so it will not be a sibling of the original. However, you can still set the parent using the overloaded methods, right? If a parent is specified and no position or rotation is specified, the position and rotation of the original will be used for the cloned object's local position and rotation, or its world's position and rotation. If the instantiate and world space parameter is true, wow, that's a lot. If the position and rotation is specified, they will be used as the object's position and rotation in the world space. The active status of a game object at the time of cloning will be passed on. So if the original is inactive, then the clone will be created in an inactive state too. I guess we have to consider that too, because I imagine like a scenario where that accidentally happens and then we get confused, or I get confused about it. So I gotta keep that in mind. Oh, we're gonna pass a prefab. Oh, we don't need to say game object dot instantiate. We can just go to instantiate, I guess. Oh, I see. So it creates a new object based on the reference that we passed in our inspector. I never thought about it like that, but yeah, that makes sense. So game object sparkles instantiate block sparkles for effects clones the prefab through code. Creates an instance. Creates an instance of the particle prefab through code. So he just mentioned that there is an issue of just leaving it like this because it'll instantiate it wherever it wants, kind of. So I guess in order to prevent this, we would need to make this sparkles object a child of the block, so the block becomes the parent essentially, and because of the parent, we can then launch this in the location of that block, which makes it a little bit better, I think. Yeah, we can do this transform parent. We can pass in the current instance of the block, I guess. We can pass in like game object dot, so we can do this. We can use one of the overloaded methods to pass in the game object. Game object dot transform, and then I think that would be it. Vector 3 though. Oh, I guess you don't need a game object. Wait, I thought vector 3 positions for 3D. Oh wow, alright. So you can actually use it. Wait, let me look at the documents again. I think I messed up something. Unity, instantiates. So he's calling this overloaded method. All right. I guess I didn't know any better. So we're gonna pass in what was it? This transform dot position, then transform dot rotation. So whenever we call this property, it's referring to this instance of the block. So if you have one block, it would have its own position. If you have another block with the same script, it would have that position of the other block. So this is our challenge. So first it says connect the particle prefab to the block prefab. So since we created this serialized field, block sparkles VFX, we're going to basically place that prefab of our impact VFX onto our block. So here we'll just pass in this prefab. So now it refers to this prefab over here. We look at through our code. We want to essentially trigger the sparkles when the block gets destroyed, and so we'll call this method in our block destroyed. And then once it gets called, when the block gets destroyed, this gets called, and then it creates, or it clones the prefab and loads it in this position along with this rotation, which should be 0, but the position would be depending on the instance of the block that we destroyed. So let's compile it first. So after it compiles, we should be able to load it. I don't know if it's gonna work here since there's only one block, so I won't load it in time. Yeah, I saw a dot though, so let's see. What? Oh wait, there's a... Oh right. That was my bad. So we have to go here and then put this here. There you go. I forgot. Anything we do, we always gotta change it in the prefab, not the individual objects. So I guess I gotta get used to that. Nice. That looks good. That looks really good. That looks way more pleasing than just like the blocking destroyed. Not gonna lie. Alright, can we hit? Oh, wow. Alright, enough of that. Sorry. I got a bit distracted. But alright, so we completed the challenge. I mean, I don't know if I, agree with this, considering, the name is called Play Block Destroy SFX. I mean, but because this isn't really part of it, I don't think. Like, adding to score isn't part of SFX, but I guess it does make it look more condensed, which does look nicer. How would I do it? I don't know. I think it looks fine as it is. Like, so we want to play the sound, trigger these sparkle effects, destroy the game object, add to score, and then decrease the number of blocks on the count. I think that's fine. I don't think I need to do that. But I guess I do want to practice being able to kind of refactor it like the way he does it, because I think in the long run that it will be more beneficial, considering everything's a little like oh, if I want to change one thing, I'll just change this part, and then I don't have to worry about the other. I don't have to worry about the other methods or other lines of code, because if I can try to modularize it, I guess, to the point where like anything I change here won't affect anything else, and I think that'll be a good way to kind of do things, because I don't want, like, if I change one thing, I don't want other codes to break. I just want, I would only want to expect if I had to change any of these code and it does break, I would only want it to affect this line of code here, or this method here, I guess. But I guess I'll do it. Why not? To help me practice. So private void play block destroy SFX, and I just noticed it's 30 minutes, so I guess after he's done explaining, I'm gonna I'm gonna stop the video. And then we also need how about we just make it like this: private void play block destroy SFX, and then you wanna update or add to score. You could say update score or something. So when it gets destroyed, I guess for now, so at least it's a little bit more readable. We know that it plays the SFX or the sound effects, it triggers the visual effects, and then it updates the score, and then it decreases the breakable blocks, and then it destroys the actual game object, which is the block instance. And then compile. Let me just test it again, just to make sure. We got a semicolon again over here, and so yeah, it seems to work. Alright, cool. We haven't broken anything yet, which is a good sign. Oh, we only have I'll just finish this, I guess. Whoa, I did not pay attention to that. Oh wait, does it not actually destroy them? Oh wow. Oh yeah, right. So yeah, because of our issue with, I didn't realize that, like when it was happening. So yeah. Oh, oops. Oh dang, my bad. Wrong one. Okay, that's good enough. But when we look at here. Wait, why did his show like the audio sound? Mine doesn't. It's kind of weird. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, maybe it's not playing sound. Oh, let me try that again. Oh, freak. Alright, play the sound. Where's the sound? There's only one shot. Well, it seems like to be destroying on load. But yeah, but look at all of these Impact VFX clones. Even has clone on them. So he says we want to destroy the effect after 2 seconds. So yeah, I guess after we call it, right, after we call it here, we're going to destroy sparkles with 2-second delay. So destroys sparkles after 2 seconds. And we could probably change this if like have a serialized field with a certain range so that we can adjust it to how we want it to, maybe. So like I'm just gonna add it for myself. We'll have range, and then we can have from, so we can delete it instantly all the way till like, let's say 5 seconds. And then serialized field, and we could do float sparkles destruction time. Yeah, it's kind of long, but it's whatever. Does that work, I wonder? Probably doesn't. It does, what? Alright, well we can change the time now. Sparkles destruction time, so we can make it 2 seconds. Let's go test it out. Looks like it's working. I can't really tell because I need to keep attention, but yeah, it's not expanding as much, so that's good. Yeah, alright, so it does look like it's working. That's pretty cool. That's a good way to, I guess, save resources for like the rendering and stuff. Yeah. But he said 2, what the heck? He said 2. I'm just kidding. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Peace.